For the best water deals in town, your local needs. Fill up your 18.9 liter for the low price of only $2 or your 4 liter for only 50 cents. Pure Aqua Valley water.
Well, when I retired from scouting, that first year was a little tough because, for the previous 40-some years, I had a bit of a buzz going on as far as hockey was concerned, and to recreate that I felt very difficult. But since the first year, I've been retired now for 4 or 5 years, and I feel very comfortable in where I'm at right now. So I need a list to follow to get me through the day. So, the winters are pretty full. The past few years, I've been playing noontime hockey and old-timers once a week in Morell, where I'm from. And I follow my grandson's hockey, Bantam AAA last year, and whatever it'll be this year. And I have another 4-year-old going to start playing now. I have a grandson and a granddaughter in Halifax who we like to follow in their sports and activities as well. The first year I was drafted, I played, I went to training camp with the Flyers, and it was all quite new to me. And I played my first year in the American Hockey League in Richmond, Virginia. The second year, one of their players, Gary Dornhofer, was hurt in October, so I was up and I played 5 games at the start of the year, then went back to Richmond. Got called up when we got knocked out in Richmond and the Flyers playoffs, and I played in the one semifinal game against the Rangers, and that was it. And then the finals, they beat Boston to win the cup.
But you do have a Stanley Cup ring?
I have a Stanley Cup ring.
Your name isn't on the cup.
No, well, you can see why. I was only there for, in the sense, a cup of coffee. But for me, the way they played and let's call it camaraderie of the team and the intensity was good for me to see my first couple of years in the NHL, because it carried me through some dry years. The advantage of going to California personally was I got to play a lot in a lot of situations and play a key role. So the downside, of course, we weren't very good, but at that point I needed to play to feel that I could be good in the league. So California, and then into Cleveland, and at some point in Cleveland I was ready to move to. I felt I wanted to play in a better team. I played with Bobby Smith and Steve Payne, and they were young and trying to establish themselves as well. One of the, besides playing on a good team, I got a chance to play a lot of shifts with Gary Sargent on defense, and he seemed to have an eye for me and around the net. And as finding the right people to play with at the right time is, in some cases, or even a lot of cases, is key to your production. I wore the C, as you can see, in Cleveland, and Cleveland was a bit of a ragtag team. We had some character guys, and it was a transient team, and I didn't have a good experience in Cleveland. I felt I wasn't able to handle that leadership role in that type of team. So I felt that if it was to carry over into Minnesota, I'd rather not have that lower. The personal highlights were going to the finals with Minnesota against the Islanders, experiencing the Stanley Cup early in my career with Philly, scoring a couple of at that point what I felt were big goals, eliminating Toronto in a playoff series and winning goal late, and then against Montreal Canadiens in the 7th game, scoring late in the game to win that series. And winning the Bill Masterton Award was very nice, actually. I felt that if I could play consistently, let's call it a tougher game, I would have been happier. Yeah.
You did play a tough game.
I played a tough game when I was backed into a corner, when I had to defend myself. At that time, more so. Well, it's a different intimidation now, but at that time, guys wanted to see what you're all about, and the physical part of the game, the fighting, and came into it, and I felt I had to do that to continue to play. My favorite player of all time is Bobby Orr. Yeah. So I was lucky enough to play against him, in the 70s, and not long enough, but I would have to say that I really respect the man, both on and off the ice. More so annoying teams than annoying players. The Bruins were annoying, let's say. Small rink, the big bad Bruins, and they're coming out of that. They weren't as big and bad as the mid-70s and late 70s went along. So they had some guys there who, let's say, hid in the crowd, and I found them really, let's use your word, annoying. Yeah.